Hello, beautiful people, and welcome, to a video talking about the new Chronicled Wish banner. I've seen very divisive opinions going around on it. Some people saying, wow, this is amazing. Some people saying, wow, this sucks. And I am here as CEO of Theory Crafting to tell you what is objectively the right opinion on this new banner system. So yeah, let's get right into it. For those of you who haven't watched the live stream or haven't read the post, I'll go over it very quickly. But effectively, there's a new banner coming that is going to have these 6 characters, or all characters from Mondstadt: Ella, Mona, Albedo, Klee, Diluc, and Jean, and these 11 weapons, which are the standard weapons minus Jadewing Spear and Amos Bow, and plus Beacon of the Red Sea, Song of Broken Pines, and Hunter's Path. In this banner, you get to choose what you're trying to go for. Let's say I want Jean. You can select Jean, and it's going to function a little bit similar to if it was a Jean event banner, right? You'll wish, and then you'll get Jean. Or you're going to lose your 50-50. If you lose the 50-50, and you select the character, it's going to give you one of the other 5 characters. You won't get a weapon. And if you lose that 50-50, you'll be given a fate point, which is the same thing as these for the epitomized path on the weapon banner. Once you have a fate point, if you get another 5-star, it's guaranteed to be the one that you had. Similarly, you can go for a weapon. If I try to go for Aquila, I am guaranteed to get a weapon. 50-50 that it's Aquila, 50% that it's any of the other weapons. Now, much like the weapon banner, this fate point does not carry over. In other words, think of it this way, right? You get an event banner for one of these 6 characters where the characters you can lose your 50-50 to are slightly different. Let's say I'm trying to go for Klee, right? Instead of being able to lose my 50-50 to Diluc, Jean, Mona, Tichnari, Kating, Chi-Chi, and Daya, now I can only lose my 50-50 to, well, Diluc, Jean, and Mona again, but also Ella and Albedo. Now, if you really want Ella and Albedo, that's cool, I guess. If you were planning to go for multiple of these characters, that's alright. But otherwise, it doesn't really make a particularly big difference. And I'd say that in terms of power, I don't think that they're, Chi-Chi excluded, they're not really much stronger than the other standard characters. I made a video a long time ago talking about how Albedo and Ella could very reasonably be put on the standard banner. So I don't think it's that much of an objective upside or upside. I think, like, if you're looking at it just from in terms of value, it's kind of a neutral thing. But if subjectively you like multiple of these characters, then it might be cool for you. The real downside is that these don't carry over. It doesn't carry over across banners, and we don't actually have any information yet on how long these banners are gonna last. They have their official statement on when will it be available is that it will be available from time to time. Now, if you are PR savvy, as they say, you'll know that when things are left unclear like this, it's generally because it would leave people dissatisfied if it was actually made clear. This banner being there from time to time means that it may not even always be there. It might just be gone sometimes, so you can't even take advantage of any pity you've built up. And us not knowing how long it lasts means that it's hard to tell if you'll be able to reach pity twice to guarantee the character you want. Now, again, right? If you really, really like Jean, you've been playing for 3 years, you still don't have her, you really want to get her, you didn't have a way to guarantee her before because she's never had an event banner, then it's good for you. You now have a way to obtain Jean and to guarantee that you obtain her. And that's an upside. In every other situation, in every situation that isn't that, this banner is basically a scam. It's a worse version of character banners. It doesn't have rate up 4 stars, so you're not likely to build constellations up on some good 4 stars. It's just gonna be like wishing on the standard banner for the 4 stars, as far as we're aware at least. The characters that they're making available, Klee is actually pretty good now with Farina. Outside of that, not the strongest characters, and you need to use intertwined fates to get it. It's not standard wishes, it's event wishes. This banner would be kind of okay if you could use blue fates. I don't even know if it would be, because the reality is most people, like, it would be better, but it wouldn't even be good, because most people don't save up their blue fates. Like, imagine having to save up to 180 standard wishes, or yeah, more realistically, like 160 standard wishes. Like, The silver lining, I guess, is that when it comes to the weapons, it's going to be 90 pity instead of the 80 pity on the weapon banner, but you only need 1 fate point to guarantee your weapon rather than 2. So it's not all bad looking at the weapons. That being said, for most of these weapons, they're not really more valuable than the weapons you're gonna find on the weapon banners. I think overall, it's the kind of stuff where even if a banner is a scam, having another banner and therefore a different way of obtaining things is always going to be an upside to the player who always does their research before wishing for stuff. In the sense that, like, if they made a banner where instead of getting a 4-star every 10 wishes, you got a 4-star every 50 wishes, but the only 4-star you could get was a Favonius sword, as someone who has not gotten a Favonius sword one time since I refined my 5 swords over 3 years ago, would go on that banner in a heartbeat. I would also tell you that it's a scam banner and you shouldn't go for it. At the end of the day, if there's more different types of banners, it gives a player who knows what they're doing more potential to be able to get the things that they want. But this banner system is, in my opinion, much worse than the banner systems we currently have, and I feel like being satisfied just because now you have a way of obtaining stuff that was a bit harder to obtain before when the system is so much worse it doesn't set a great precedent, in my opinion. And so I want to be very careful with that, and that's why I'm very critical of this banner. Also, for anyone who isn't, someone who's been playing for a while, it's hard for new players that don't really consume content to tell what they should go for, and there being more banners that are not good, it just makes it more likely that they're gonna end up going for a banner that is not good, which is a bit unfortunate. Part of the reason why the system sucks is because the 5 stars that you can get just aren't great 5 stars. Obviously, if every 5-star that you could get was good, this banner wouldn't suck nearly as much because you'd be guaranteed to get something good. But as it stands, I'd say that the best 2 characters on this banner are Klee and Jean, and even then they're somewhat reliant on you already having other characters. I think Klee is the least reliant one. I mean, Jean without Farina is not the greatest. Klee can be fine in Mono Pyro, but isn't anywhere near necessary. She truly starts shining with Farina as well. But like Diluc, Mona, and Albedo being on this banner, it's the main reason why this is not a great banner. Like, obviously, again, if the only stuff you could lose your 50-50 to was really good stuff, then it wouldn't inherently be bad. It could be better than the event banner. But with this set of characters, I don't think that's the case. Diluc is a weapon for Xianyun, okay? You're not playing Diluc, you're playing Xianyun. He's the weapon. If you don't have Xianyun, yeah. Anyways, at the end of the day, it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think about the banner. And so, yeah, let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, YouTube.